Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that lifts us up every single day, literally. It's a story of innovation, awkward silences, and the vertical rise of our cities. It's a technology we take for granted, but trust me, its journey is anything but boring. So buckle up, or rather, just stand still and face forward as we ascend through the fascinating history of the elevator. The best real estate was on the lower floors, but all of that was about to change. The earliest forms of elevators or hoists were powered by humans, animals, or water. Think of simple rope and pulley systems. These were primarily used for moving goods, not people, and for a very good reason. They were incredibly dangerous. If the rope snapped, well, gravity did the rest. The idea of a passenger elevator was a terrifying prospect for most people. Who would willingly step into a box hanging by a rope hundreds of feet in the air? It was a PR nightmare waiting to happen. Enter Elisha Otis. Now, Otis didn't invent the elevator, but he did invent the thing that made elevators possible for people, the safety brake. In 1854, at the New York World's Fair, Otis staged a dramatic demonstration that would change public perception forever. He stood on an open elevator platform, hoisted high above a nervous crowd. Then, in a moment of pure showmanship, he ordered the single rope holding the platform to be cut. The crowd gasped, but instead of plummeting, the platform barely dropped an inch before a spring-loaded safety brake engaged, locking it securely in place. With that one stunt, the age of the passenger elevator was born. The operator would manually control the speed of the car, open and close the gate, and, most importantly, try to level the elevator perfectly with the floor. If you've ever tripped getting out of an old elevator, you know they weren't always successful. These operators were also the social guides of the elevator, announcing the floors and sometimes even the departments in a store. But this brings us to one of the most interesting parts of elevator history, the social etiquette. Facing forward became the default, a way to respect personal space in an unnaturally tight environment. The next major leap came with the push-button elevator. To ease these fears, companies launched massive ad campaigns. The doors would open and close with mechanical precision. The car would move up, it would move down, it would stop. And inside, people would stand in that familiar, silent formation. No one really knew where to look. They'd stare at the buttons, the ceiling, the floor anywhere but at each other. When the doors opened on their floor, they would exit, often without a word or a change in expression. Cities like New York and Chicago simply couldn't exist as we know them. The elevator didn't just change the skyline, it rearranged our entire social structure. It inverted the value of real estate, turning the penthouse view from the least desirable attic into the ultimate symbol of wealth and status. It allowed cities to grow up instead of just out concentrating business and life in dense, powerful urban centers. Think about it. The elevator didn't introduce some grand new philosophy. It didn't change the way people thought about art or politics. But what it did was far more practical and, in many ways, just as profound. It saved our knees. It allowed us to build higher than ever before, to reach for the sky without the punishing climb. America rose, quite literally, one floor at a time. The simple act of moving up and down in a box transformed our world, shaping the very buildings we live and work in, and even the silent awkward ways we interact with strangers for 30 seconds at a time. So, the next time you step into an elevator, take a moment to appreciate this marvel of engineering. Think of Elisha Otis and his dramatic stunt. Think of the uniformed operators and their manual controls. And as you stand there, silently facing the front, know that you're part of a long, strange, and fascinating social tradition. You reparticipating in the quiet legacy of the machine that allowed our ambitions to climb higher than our legs ever could. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this vertical journey through history, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories behind the things we see every day. Let me know in the comments if you have any weird elevator stories of your own. Until next time, stay curious.